What's up, YouTube? Welcome back out to take a hike with Jim. Of course, it's your boy Jim, aka trail name YaKnow. So today we're going to do a very fast-paced hike. We got some bad weather coming in. So high winds today. Don't want to be in the woods when these winds and stuff hits. Supposed to be like 28-mile-an-hour wind gust, severe thunderstorms, downpours. Afternoon, we're supposed to start having tornado watches and warnings go off. So we got a couple hours. We are going to be trekking it. So it's going to be a small track, but I wanted to come through and get some fall foliage for you. So let me give you a little bit about our gear. We're carrying our actual Lexi poles today. I got both of them, this one and the one in the back. I have also wear my Sky Goat fleece, along with I have my Osprey Atmos LT50 with some of the 10 essentials in it today in case we would need it while we're out in the woods and different things in case we can go. Anytime we have to, throw the stuff in the pack, turn and burn, get out of the woods as quick as possible to shelter in case storms roll in. They tend to roll in fairly quickly here in the mountain state when they do happen. So in saying that, welcome to the ride today. We're going to try to get some collars for you today because with these winds coming in, there probably ain't going to be much left, or we'll start getting into our winter hikes. I got a feeling before long. Has Monday, they're already calling for Arctic blast and snow here in my hometown, in my area, in which we will be camping Monday night in 28-30 degree weather, and it's supposed to dip down, I think, to the teens by Tuesday. We'll be camping in that to see how our system and everything really does. It'll be a great field test. Hope to get some of that on camera. We will see. This depends. We'll get it on camera this time or not, right? So anyway, we'll get out here on the trail and get started. As always, we'll go over the trail etiquette. What we take on the trail, we're bringing off with us, right? Leave no trace. And also, in saying that, we're going to try to respect others as we walk the trail and try not to get as many people on camera as possible, because we know people sometimes don't necessarily want to be on camera. So we'll try to avoid that at all costs. All right, so in saying that, welcome out to the hike. I hope you have a good one today, and we'll see you here in just a second on trail. Some of this trail may look a little familiar. It's a little bit of the Fayetteville Park Loop Trail that we've done, and then we're going to drop down over the hill to another area. Like I said, the wind is already starting to pick up, so we are going to be cruising today as far as it goes. I'm just going to be honest with you. This Osprey Atmos LT50 pack is the most comfortable pack I think I've had. I've had a couple because we was trying out to see what we wanted for the Appalachian Trail Thru Hike. Let's get some of these collars in here this morning. So if you haven't done so already, would you please take the time to go ahead and subscribe to our videos? Hit that subscribe button. Like, share, and comment. We welcome comments, and all that other good things. So if you ain't taking the time out yet, please do so. Help the channel, support the channel. We appreciate each and every one of our subscribers. And we try to answer our comments back in a very timely manner. So y'all's going to be hearing the wind and the trees blowing today. This will be a little bit sketchy of a hike, but we are still going to try to fit one in. If we start hearing thunder, it's turn and burn the heck out of here as quick as possible, and we'll come back with a part 2 of finishing the hike that we want to walk. By all accounts, this probably one of the last big storms we have as the weather's changing. We have warm air coming up from the Gulf, cold air coming off the Great Lakes, and they're colliding. It's almost like spring-style thunderstorms. Going to be lots of wind, heavy rains, downpours, and stuff like that. So this creek bed is once again usually full of water, and as you can tell, it hasn't been for a very long time. So these storms coming in, they're going to pack a punch when it comes to Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, Maryland. They are going to pack a wallop of a punch. The only thing I wished I would have brought with me, I wish I maybe I'd have tore down my tent and had it just in case. But at any given time, with a few minutes of where we're at, I feel like I could get out of the woods. So within about 5 to 10 minutes. So pretty happy with that. Got some other people coming out on the trail. I think they're skateboarders or bikers, one of the two. So we'll see. Take the time. We are going to hike our hike, walk our speed. They're carrying a lot more gear than us, and they're going to pass us up, which I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that, because we walk our hikes. We appreciate each and every one of you that subscribe to the channel. The wind is picking up a little bit, but once again, I feel like we'll be all right. Almost didn't do the hike today because of the potential weather. Glad I got myself off the couch. And was like, let's go for a hike. Not only we using this for the Appalachian Trail, we're also using this to try to get in shape as well as we prepare. We're up here to the this way, that way sign, another one of those things. Oh, let me get out of these gentlemen's way. Hello. Pretty good. Hey, hey, hey.
Charlie boy.
Hey, Charlie boy. That's Charlie boy right there. I don't know what these guys are doing, but it ain't camping. Rock climbers. Be careful of the storms today, gentlemen. So, I'm going to do some rock climbing. So they're not much, man. So they're probably walking out. I don't know that I do that today. To Kmore. That way. Or Fed Station. As you can see, you've seen the biker come through on the walk trail. And as they pass, they look at you like, what are you doing on my trail? Well, this is not a bike trail. This is in fact a hike trail. So you move over for me. Sorry, I just feel that way. There ain't no need for people to be rude. We all out here trying to have a good time. And if you know, you know. To each his own. Think there is any way that I am attempting the hike that they're hiking to do the rock climb that they're going to do. They got some miles to put on. And with the weather coming in, none of my business. Not my circus. Not my monkeys, as my wife would say. Anyway, trucking on. So health-wise, doing pretty good. Feeling pretty good as I'm training. My feet are starting to take a little bit of a beating. I was hiking every other day, and I've stepped it up to where I'm just about out here every day if I can be. And feet starting to take a little bit of a beating. But it's about time for a new pair of shoes anyway. So we'll see. Just conditioning. No pain, no gain, no main, baby. So, other than that, everything else seems to be doing great. Everything else seems to be doing great. We have some breathing moments, but we've only been a month and a day now with no smoking. Woohoo! We're still, this is going to be a newsflash to some people. We're still fat. We're still big. But we're trying to lose weight. I stepped on the scale this morning because I've been all week trying to walk more trails, watch what I eat and all this stuff, and it's 2 pounds. 2 pounds down, and I'm like, are you kidding me? And it's just like, I know I've burnt more calories than that. So it's kind of funny when we get aggravated like that as people, because see, that's when my God kicks in and he whispers and he says, psst, remember those 2-3 bowls of ice cream you had this week? There you go. It's like, dang it, why you got to do that to me? It was ice cream and only a couple bowls at that. So, yeah. So, like I said, our feet is taking a shellacking. But they're going to take a beating out on trail anyway. So, even today, we even wore our actual darn tough trail socks that we're going to have on trail. Man, these bad boys are comfortable. But my feet didn't hurt like this with the Hoka Speed Goat 5s. But when they came out with the Hoka Speed Goat 6s, they're not the same. So I'm going to have to drop $155 or so to get me a pair of Hoka Speed Goat 5s to be training in. And then probably right before the 1st of March, I want to get me another pair of Hoka Speed Goats 5 to have for the trail. I want to wear them for about 2 weeks, make sure I got a good solid base, and then take off on in those and see how they do. And if your feet are hurting, like mine hurt and are hurting, and you're on trail, you got the wrong shoes. So yeah, it's time to order up a pair of shoes. Might do that today, actually. And Speedgoat 5s. They are an amazing, to me, it's an amazing shoe. One of the most comfortable shoes I've ever wore. And then with my problems with my back and my hip anyway, and then having flat feet on top of that, yeah. All right, so here's where it's going to get interesting, because I don't know if anybody's been down this trail for a bit, but it's only 0.4 from here, and then from there it's about another 0.2 or 3 up and out the woods, and then it's a little bit of a walk back to the car, which is fine. We can do that. It'd be yellow blazing. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WolfCreek Trail. WolfCreek Trail, Fayetteville, West Virginia, heart of America's newest national park, the New River Gorge. So this trailhead comes down here, opens up not to a overlook view, but rather a scenic view of Wolf Creek. It's a nice little area, especially when it's sunny and pretty. Today with the wind picking up, the clouds and everything blowing in. And like I said, if we got to turn and burn, we are going to put everything down, stop everything, and turn and burn. But, and if you know what that means, you know I brought both trek poles with me. I'm pretty sure my other trek pole's still back there. If not, we got to find it, right? Too expensive to lose those bad boys. And but we're pretty sure it's still back there. And if I do, I just go back to my Ozarks, man. Just one of those things. I like my Ozarks anyway, but I wanted, I guess you could say, a more professional trekking pole. And a couple wires, majority of them, and these leaves that we're showing, they're going to be gone. They'll be on the ground. They'll be part of the circle of life. Told you my singing is not for the faint at heart. So, yeah. We have a little bit of views over here. Not much. If I'm honest. A little bit of views of some mountains. Get the camera back up there where it needs to be. A little bit of view. But I feel like we've done a few of the harder trails in the area, and they ain't really hard. Just when you don't have your trail legs, it's easy to be out of shape. And yeah, I'd like to be around 250 when I step out on trail. I don't know if that's going to be a possibility. Wow. part of the gorge, and like I said, get as much views as we can. And we do have our poncho with us, and we do have some military survival training. Bad storm hits, I think we'll be all right. See, there's a lot of things. And here's the thing, I don't mind sharing this with you folks. Look at all the, oh wow, look at that. Maybe y'all can really see that. Get over here. Yeah. I don't mind sharing with you folks. Don't mind at all. That there are several things I'm afraid of. One of them is heights. Scared of heights. Getting better with them the more I hike, but still kind of scared of heights. Terrified of thunderstorms. I mean, so being on the Appalachian Trail is going to be very, very interesting. Terrified of thunderstorms. Have been since I was a kid. Mainly because my grandmother, who was also scared of thunderstorms when we was little kids, she used to take all the grandbabies and put us on her bed when it thunderstormed, and she'd sit there and hold us and shake and rock us back and forth and stuff like that, and keep telling us it'd be okay. And then my mom kind of done the same thing because she hates storms, and so I just absolutely hate storms. I'm fascinated by them, but I hate them. I hate them. So nice little drop. This is one way you can take a nice little simple, be honest with you, I could do this hike in 15 minutes, 20 tops. When I'm not filming, just turn and burn and go. And but trying to get the views in and slow down and let the feet get acclimated a little bit. And they're waking up. They was hurting, and they've kind of started going numb now. So yeah, so that's working out. New shoes is definitely happening. We're gonna see if we can do that today. We're gonna see if we can make that happen today. Need a pair of shoes today or the next couple of days. So some of you's even started following me on Facebook, my personal Facebook page. That's always welcome, and it don't freak me out. I ain't worried about it at all. Thank you for coming over and joining me. And you've seen that I've been putting stuff on my Facebook page. I try to start just a hiking Facebook page, Take Hike with Jim, and nobody was adding it. So I just used my own page because I got a lot of friends on there and a lot of different people and resources there. So if you find my page on your own, you find it, and you can add me, feel free to do so. It ain't going to offend me or bother me at all. But on my Facebook page, I've been putting out some different things, like when I'm out on a trail, asking people if they would want to sponsor, they can. If they want to make donations, they can. Gear changes, some special requests, stuff like that. That I'm putting out there, and and people, they don't have to. It's not expected. It's not required. It is appreciated. The main thing is, I like it when people come on the channels and are like, "Hey, your views are gorgeous or beautiful, and your videos are getting better," like my friend subscribed last night said, or the ones that's like, "Man, I just really appreciate what you're trying to do," and stuff like that. And I got some other programs because the next couple of days it'll be too cold, and I am not prepared. I do not have all my winter stuff yet. The stuff I used the last couple of years, I do not fit, so I had to order new stuff. So in saying that, I will have that stuff shortly. And so the next couple of days, we might just be doing some regular videos at the house versus hiking. Maybe show you the gym setup, something. I guess we could do some kind of a gear review on something. I got a few things I ain't done my gear reviews on yet. I just don't have all the stuff to do the full gear review. So, I mean, I could do partial gear review, I guess, on what I have. There's a few electronic things that I want to get. Still will start watching videos. I'd like to learn how to take that phone and put it right here on these trek poles versus carrying the selfie stick, which is a little bit awkward, a little bit heavy. The trek pole wouldn't be as bad. And it's one less piece of gear that I have to keep up with. I've added a microphone to the videos for my iPhone. So I'm finding more and more that the iPhone is going to be what's going to work for me versus the GoPro. I've started formatting on paper how I want to do my videos when I'm on trail, because like everybody else, I want to put day 0, day 1, day 2, all the way through day whatever on there. So in saying that, excuse me for the coughs. So in saying that, I want to get all that done and taken care of. So I've got some formats that I'm doing. We'll do a few minute video when we first wake up in the morning, talking about how our night was, cold, sleep, etc. We will do a short burst, minute, 2 minutes, of what it's going to look of, our breakfast, or talk about what our plans are for today. And then we will do like a few minutes for lunch video, in between breakfast and lunch, and at lunch video. And then we will, once again, for the evening, for when we're getting close to setting up camp, talking to at camp, and then a quick good night message. I'm hoping to keep the messages about 15-20 minutes. Will be easier to edit, storage wise too. So I'll be upgrading to the highest amount of cloud storage space I can get for this freaking phone, being that I am not going to be taking the GoPro. And then I got to figure out rain guard case for this phone as well, which will add a little bit of weight to the phone. But the GoPro in itself was lighter, but I'm going to have the phone anyway. So why carry 2 and carry 1 when I'm pretty happy with the quality of videos that this phone is making, especially now that I have figured out that having my phone on a trekking pole tends to help the way the phone picks up the view of the camera and the view of the path, and it don't so much stare straight down at the trail, but you can see rather ahead, you know what I mean? So we've got some rocks, a little bit of a down climb coming up. We're almost to the creek, and then like I said, it ain't much of a turn and burn outside the creek. A little bit thick, got a little bit of a green tunnel we go through, possibly some trees and logs to go over and different things. So but it's gonna be nice down here once we get to the view. And like I said, just a real short trail today. Get you folks a video out there, get some training in myself, try to lose some weight. For those that are wondering, I was at 286, then I went to 283, I'm at 281 now as far as pounds. So keep rooting for me, keep hoping for me, keep your fingers crossed. If you're one of these people, pray that I can drop the weight. If you're not one of these people, pray. Here's a little tuck space. Let me show you something. We talk about game trails all the time. You see this right here? A little bit of a game trail. But we got a little bit of a tuck space right here. So the leaf's a little bit stirred up. Not to give you any kind of a trekking class or anything like that. But in saying that, there's been some deer, probably little deer. Mama deers probably came over, bedded her baby deer down there, left it for a day or two, went and done her thing, came back and got it. Because they do that. When they set them down, they'll set them down sometimes 2-3 days, come back and get them. It ain't always. It's when they start getting a little bit older, they start doing that to, I guess, get them used to, whatever. And then eventually they find their own herd. They find their own trail, you know what I mean? So I thought I'd share that with you and everything. Hopefully kind of enjoy that little information there. I do know a lot about the woods. I used to be an avid hunter. Been in the military, done some different trainings and stuff like that. And then growing up here in the gorge, has a kid, walking, fishing, doing all kinds of stuff. So once again, can't really see it on video. No, you really can't. But right here, if you look between this tree and that right there, a little bit of a saddle, and there's a trail that goes down, and that's the deer trail down to the creek. Now, people can walk the trail too, but sometimes you'll come to a spot to where it's almost completely vertical, straight up and straight down, and impassable. So you got to keep that in mind, because deer, they jump, and like goats, they are pretty dang good climbers. So the one thing on these trails here the last few days we're really happy with is we've not seen a whole lot of, knock on wood, here we go, not seen a whole lot of bear tracks. Oh, look at the tunnel. Alice in Wonderland much? You know, in Wonderland. So we've made it down now to this bridge, and we've made it to Wolf Creek finally here on the trail. Let's get some views. So kind of snakes goes on up through there. Nice little pool of water. Refill your water source, fish, swim, whatever. This is usually plumb full water. Like I said, it's drought right now, so very little water, but still some water flow. All right, so we're going to turn and burn here in just a second. Just want to see if I can get one more side view, kind of the bridge here. All right, this has been your boy, right here on the WolfCreek Trail. We're not going to do the video footage of us coming up out of here. We're going to store some stuff away, turn and burn, and go ahead and get out of here for the day. Get this video uploaded. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button right there and give us a thumbs up if you've been liking the content right here on the channel. And we will see you next time on Take a Hike with Jim. I just got one more favor to ask of you. Would you please take a hike?